guys, my name is Louis, and in this video, we'll be making Joe Biden's favorite, because he won the presidential election, ice cream. In this video, I have two ways of making ice cream. The first one, you do need an ice cream maker, and the second one, you don't. Although with an ice cream maker, it does provide a slightly better product, is it really worth spending money to buy an ice cream maker? In this video, I'll answer that question for you. Okay, now we're gonna get started on our first method of making ice cream. And with that, you will need an ice cream machine. For the base, you're going to start by putting 2 cups or 475 grams of milk in a saucepan, along with 2 cups or 473 milliliters of heavy cream. And 1 cup or 220 grams of granulated white sugar, 1 pinch of salt, a tiny splash of vanilla because we are going to be adding some vanilla bean pods, just around around a teaspoon of vanilla. And then here, this is optional, but if you don't have this, just use more vanilla extract. I already split it in 2, and now we're just going to scrape out the seeds. And then you just want to put these inside of your mixture. Along with, optionally, you can just add the pod in there. We'll fish it out later. And then you just want to set this over a low heat. You don't want to simmer or boil it. And I'm gonna mix this all together. Okay, about, I would say, 3 minutes later, stirring occasionally the pot, you are going to add in 3 egg yolks. But you are not gonna do this normally, because if you just pour them in there, they'll curdle and you'll get scrambled egg ice cream, and nobody wants that. So what you're going to do is something called tempering. And what that is you just ladle some of your steamy ice cream mixture into the eggs. And what this does is that it heats up the eggs so they don't curdle when you put them in here. And then you just want to ladle around 2 spoons of your ice cream mixture, mix it, and then it should be up to temperature. And you can just add it in here in just a second. Yeah, so now we're going to add in our egg mixture now that it's tempered. And you just want to stir this all around. After around 5 to 7 minutes, you should actually be checking it more often than this. And remember, you should be whisking occasionally as it's steaming. You just want to test its thickness with the back of a spoon. If it coats it nicely without any holes like it does for me, then it is ready. So we're just gonna turn the heat off. And to the side, you should have a bowl, an ice bath for it, because if you put it in while the thing is still hot, then it won't work and the ice cream machine won't be able to do its thing. And then you just want to keep on whisking until the base is completely cooled down. Now that your base is cooled down, you want to pour it into your ice cream machine. I got this ice cream machine from Doug and Robin, some people that we know. Oh, don't forget to take out your vanilla pod before it's too late. And then just use your ice cream machine because every ice cream machine is a bit different, So just use it according to the user's manual. Okay, this took me 30 minutes, and this is the consistency that it should look like. It should be like a soft serve ice cream while it's churning. You don't want to overturn it because then your machine might break. But if you underturn it, it'll be like really hard and it'll be like ice. So now let's switch this off. Take everything out. This is the stage where a lot of people like to just lick the ice cream off of the thing.
Can I?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm going to just try and scrape this all off. And then you want to get what's in this bowl into whatever container. This is around a quart and 1 pint of ice cream. And then once you have all of it transferred, you're just gonna put it in the freezer to harden up overnight roughly. Okay, so for the second method, yes, this is a different base than the last method. Of course, you can use the last method's base for this method of making ice cream. What you'll need is a big bowl or a pan that it fits in your freezer. It needs to fit in your freezer. Then you need cream, evaporated milk, or just normal milk, but evaporated milk gives a bit of a better end product. And all evaporated milk is just milk that's basically cooked for a little while so that some water gets evaporated out. Do not confuse this with sweetened condensed milk. So first you're gonna start off with 3/4 cup or 170 grams of white granulated sugar. Then 1 cup or 230 grams of evaporated milk. Then 2 cups or 473 milliliters of heavy cream. 1 small pinch of salt. Actually gonna do a bit more because it's kosher salt. And then 1 big glug of vanilla. And then you just want to whisk that all together. Once this is all incorporated, you're going to put it in your freezer, and I'll meet you in 30 minutes. Okay, after 30 minutes in the freezer, you could do less if you want it to be smaller ice crystals. You see how this has hardened up on the walls? You just want to like fold that all into the inside. Right now it doesn't look like ice cream at all, really. That's because it's only our first set of turning. And then once you've scraped off all the bottom and sides, you just want to put this uncovered again in your freezer for another 30 minutes. Okay, after I'm not sure if this is the 4th or the 5th 30 minute, mine starts to look like this. It always depends on the freezer. Some freezers are stronger than others. Now that it looks like this, actually, I'm going to add in my chunks. For this, you can use jam works great. Any sort of cookie that you crumble in. So I'm going to be using this Chips Ahoy cookie. You don't really want to use homemade cookies because they're not like crunchy enough. Plus it's kind of just a waste of time. It tastes just fine as Chips Ahoy cookies. And then it'll take longer if you add in chunks because you're reintroducing heat into the ice cream. Therefore it'll take longer. But in my opinion, it's worth it if you start it early enough in the day. Okay, now that you have your desired amount of chunkies in there, you see how much more melted the ice cream is now? Because we put cookies in there. Jam works great in this. Jam is a great option to put in your ice cream here. I just decided to go with cookies. And now you're gonna put it in your freezer, again, for 30 minutes. Okay, so finally, after all this waiting and stirring every 30 minutes, for me this took 7 stirs, I believe. Your ice cream is finally ready. You could eat it as is, but if you really want it to be the best possible, you're going to store it in a container and let it harden up overnight. And then that's when the ice cream will be at its best. I'll meet you tomorrow for the taste test of both ice creams and see which texture is better. Okay guys, finally after all of this waiting and all of this mixing and effort that you put into your ice cream, it's ready to eat. Just to note, these ice creams tend to melt really fast for some reason. I don't know why. There's probably something in the store-bought version that prevents it from melting. So yeah, I just tried the version that does not use an ice cream maker, and it is in fact actually very good considering how simple of a recipe it is. And now let's compare it to the one with the ice cream maker. And yeah, for the one with the ice cream maker, you can actually sort of feel in your mouth that the ice crystals are smaller compared to the one that doesn't use an ice cream maker. But in my opinion, if you're not trying to make, or well, if you're just making ice cream for fun, then you don't really need to buy an ice cream maker in order to do so. But if you are trying to like really get the best product possible, you need an ice cream maker because it just provides you with a slightly better end product. And yeah, so that'll wrap it up for this video.